to Craftversations. This is my brand new show where we are going to make crafts and talk about things. And Yulin Kuang, the esteemed, the honorable, the wonderful Yulin is my first guest. Thanks for being here, Yulin.
Thanks for inviting me. I'm really, really excited about this.
I'm excited too.
It's going to be an adventure. You haven't told me what the craft is.
I haven't told you yet, although you maybe can guess by some of the things on the table.
I genuinely can't.
I want to remind you that you may know Yulin from Kissing in the Rain, and or I Ship It, and or A Telltale Vlog, and or Shipwrecked Comedy, and or any of the other... Oh, I didn't write this. Gosh, we've done so many things.
We have.
And her channel, Yulin is working, so she's great. Yay! And today we're going to be making Valentines!
Yay!
Because when this comes out, it will be Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Aww.
Shall we get started?
Do you want to tell me what we have at our disposal?
Yeah. So we've got this lovely assortment of things that I already had in my craft drawer.
Sweet.
Including tissue paper that Rosie was sitting on and playing with for the past few days.
That's sweet.
And these are things I went out and got. Some stickers that are like really lovely and lovey-dovey. And then just some paper.
Papers.
And ribbons, and we can just let our creativity run wild.
I'm excited for this because art class was like one of my favorite classes because I was kind of really good at art.
Oh yeah.
In middle school, how like you'd have like certain classes that you're just like slightly better at, and you can talk to your friends during those. So I was pretty good at art. Like I could do a mean watercolor copy, not an original. And so I had like this one like Monet one that I did that I was really, really proud of. And then like this cute boy asked me if he could have it, and then I said yeah. And I like live in forever regret. Yeah, I don't even remember his name. So like don't.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Lame, dude. If you're out there,
right, give it back.
I want to see that Monet.
It was really good. It was the water lilies one.
That's really impressive.
I like found like water and I don't know, I had technique.
I'm really impressed, Yulin.
Thanks.
I'm sorry you had to give that up. I had no idea you had a secret art skill.
Not that much. Not like Jen, our production designer.
Well, yeah, she's amazing.
She is amazing.
But I mean, it does come out in your work. Pretty good at like.
I paint on like, well, that's our DP. Directing is a lot of just crediting other people.
You do it too, though. You look and you go, that looks good, or I want that way.
Yes,
that's how I would direct. If
like kissed 30 degrees over a little bit.
That's true. Be sure and pop your foot.
Pop your foot. Grab his collar with your right hand. Yeah.
These are all things you have said to me.
Yes. I've told you how to kiss a lot. I'm sorry. I want to issue an apology now.
I'm starting out with some cardstock. This may be more of a like Valentine's postcard that I'm starting with.
Okay. Yeah.
In fact, that might be all we could turn these into cards because we could fold them.
Right, because I'm
really excited about this, however.
Yeah,
that
one's
both
nice.
Of those,
the
right?
words.
I know,
That's
aren't they
nice.
nice.
Well, my first thought when you told me like cards, I was like, okay, maybe I'll make some like origami because there's so much paper.
That's so cool. You should do that.
Yes, but then that's not much of a card, is it?
Okay, so we have been debating about questions that I should be asking all of the guests. So what do I want to ask you? Do I want to ask you what would you tell your teenage self? Do I want to ask you what you hope to accomplish in life? Like what that I don't know. What would
vote
make
now. It's too late. You can't vote.
You can't. We will have already decided. What's the thing that you wish to tell us?
That I wish to tell you? Oh gosh. I told you to drive. I got nothing.
I don't either.
Well, I mean, I guess I could.
What?
What would I tell my teenage
what would you
self?
tell your teenage self?
I kept all of these diaries when I was in middle school and high school, and I like glance over them from time to time, but I like genuinely can't read them, so I have no idea why I was actually like writing them, because I think I had in my mind, I was like, oh, someday I'll go back to this and I'll read it and I'll be like, oh, that was such a, like, I don't know. I thought something. I thought I was keeping them for something, but I think I was really keeping them for my younger sister to read once I got to college. But if I could go back and, like, tell that girl something, I don't know. Like, do you ever think about how, like, you ended up here? It's like, how, like, you came so close to not ending up to where you are because of X reasons or whatever, and I, like, sometimes worry that, if, like, I changed a single thing about all of those things, I probably wouldn't be here, and right now I'm, like, kind of happy with where I am in life, so I don't know that I would go back and probably just go back and watch her, and, like, creepily, like, oh, remember that. I don't know. Yeah, I'd probably just go back and, like, observe and maybe hope to find some, like, understanding about myself now.
That's the thing about that question when I think about it, or when I am asked. I don't know that I would say much of anything to my old self, because, like, I had to figure it out. You know what I mean? It's my personal thought and feeling.
I agree. Would you watch yourself, though, if you could go back in time and, like, observe a certain point in your personal history?
I think I would cringe if I watched.
Oh, I do too, but, like, there's a part of me that, like, kind of enjoys the cringe. It's like the appeal of Throwback Thursday, you know, when you, like, post those.
That's true.
Because she just posted something.
I posted one
which was adorable. Not to say that was cringy,
no,
but
it was somewhat cringy.
Well, it was cute.
But
there's like an appeal to being able to, like, look back and be like, oh, I'm much better now.
Yeah, that's true.
And so maybe, like, would there be a moment in which you would go back to and just, like, watch, or, like, as, like, an out-of-body experience, I guess?
I don't know about a moment. I might watch myself performing in the play that I was in.
That's really cute. Like, sit in the audience?
Yeah.
That's really cute.
I bet I would do everything differently now, but...
Like, you mean your acting choices?
Yep.
What was the play?
I was Reno Sweeney in Anything Goes.
Oh, Cole Porter?
Yeah.
I love Cole Porter.
I enjoyed being in it quite a lot. I thought I was very cool because I had the walk down, and I, like, decided that she was a former smoker, so, like, her lips puffed out. I was, like, very, like... method about it.
Stockard Channing? Was that who played her? Wait, no. Yeah, I'm thinking
Ethel
about
Merman
Grease.
was the first one.
Okay, yeah.
And then recently, Sutton Foster played her in the revival.
Oh, love Sutton Foster.
So yeah, I was, like, very young actory about it and very intense. And,
How old were you?
17.
Oh.
You know, high school age. So that might be interesting to kind of go back and chuckle at myself and be like, ha, ha, ha,
on the stage.
You thought you were very smart and had it all figured out, and yet you have much to learn, you little...
About acting?
Yeah, you
That's
little
really
child.
adorable. I don't think I would want to watch myself direct my first project. I think, oh no, I would just get stressed out all over again, and I'd also know everything I was doing wrong. Because, you know, like, and I'm sure you get this with acting too, like, you learn after every single project. There's, like, that, like postmortem, I guess, where you're just like, okay, so where did we mess up? We messed up here, we messed up here, we messed up here. So I would just be like, oh, no, that, like, equipment guy's taking advantage of you shouldn't pay that much, or, like, no, like, reframe slightly, no, don't shoot it on, like, that. It would just, like, stress me out too much in ways that are, like, too familiar to me still now. I don't think I could enjoy it in the same way, because if I were an actor, maybe I could, like, watch the play and get something out of that. But I would just be watching myself, like, stress over the same things I stress out about now, but without, like, knowledge of how to do better. So I don't think I could do that. I think I would probably, I think I would want to go back to, like, when I was, like, younger, like, like when I was in second grade or something. Oh, that sounds so creepy. I want to watch myself when I was, like, 8. But I would think I would want to go back to, like, those times, because I think there's something, like, I think the people you really know in your life, it's hard to get to know people if you don't know them when they're young. So I feel like that's a part of, like, friendship and, like, relationships, is that when you first have those conversations of, like, oh, what were you like when you were younger? Or at least that comes up a lot for me, I think, during, like, bonding-tastic times. You don't have that with yourself. Like, you have the memory, but you can't observe it as an adult, I guess.
Interesting.
So much. So I would maybe want to, like, I don't know, see how I interact with the world when I was, like, 8 years old on a Wednesday.
I feel like, yeah, I guess I would be interested to see if, like, the way I remember myself is, like, accurate, because, like, I think of myself when I was very young, and I just get, like, very embarrassed.
I think we all do, though.
All the things that I did.
I think embarrassment is just I think it's like one of the most human emotions so it's like or not even embarrassment, but also like shame, I think is like, secondhand shame is the worst, and it's why I like sometimes put that in my writing, because I think that's when people like can find it the most relatable, of like oh, that you really done messed up there. I think
that's true.
One of my favorite things to explore, and what I was really afraid of writing when I was first starting out as a writer. Yours is so nice looking already, and
Thanks. I had an idea.
I'm like ripping an edge
I've
right now.
known what the craft was.
That's true.
I actually really enjoy making cards, and for a while when I had more free time, I like made them a lot, and my old roommate. Stick? I do in my drawer.
Oh,
and my old roommate and I would have card making parties.
Yeah, she did.
And I really enjoyed that, and I missed it. So I just wanted to make our first. Our first craft is a little nostalgic on my part.
I don't know if I like that.
I kind of like that.
Well. Oh my gosh. It feels like whenever I rip edges, I have like this horrible like flashback to the 6th grade science project I did, where I tried to make it look like, artfully distressed. I think it was a presentation about the tundra or something.
The tundra.
Yeah. And I was like putting papers askew, and like the facts were like just a little bit off, but like, my 6th grade self isn't a graduate of some design school, so it didn't look very good. And I had this like science teacher who was, not very nice, I have to say, because both my parents are scientists, and the year before in like my yearbook because they had like that caption of like, what do you want to be when you grow up? So I was like, I want to be a writer and a mathematician. And like that was the year that it all kind of changed, because she just wasn't very she wasn't a very kind person, I guess.
That sucks, man.
Yeah.
Teachers that are horrible can really just like have such an effect on
right?
children.
So embarrassment and shame, I guess, is what I remember, because like we were like almost running out of class time, and I could tell looking at all the other posters that like mine was not like cutting it, because it was artfully askew. And then she was like, "You're next, Yulin," and I was like, so then I went up, and then she goes like to the edge that was sticking off, like, so you did this? And I was like, yeah. Anyway, about that tundra. Like, so it was, and after that I was just like, no, man, science, over it.
Poor little Yulin, I'm sorry.
I'm sad for her. Yeah.
This is definitely not usable. This
glue stick? It's okay, I'm going to use this now.
And or craft glue.
No, it's fine.
I'll remember to get glue sticks next time.
Can you show them yours? Because, like...
It's not ready yet. I'm just, like, starting.
But it's so cute. She's, like, got layers and stuff, and I've got a folded over...
I like that.
Yes,
it's lovely.
Because some very nice designers designed it. And then I cut it. I haven't ruined it yet, is the point.
You won't ruin it.
I mean, you're a very good, kind girl, so sorry, I'm quoting you back to yourself a little bit. I think at one point you said something about a good, kind girl.
I said that about myself?
No, well, I think you were talking about high school and like voting for homecoming or something, and you said that usually they picked a good, kind girl.
They did, yeah.
And then that year they went for a popular girl.
Yeah, they did. I was like so sure that I was going to be homecoming queen, which, saying that now, it feels very pompous of me. But I had the homecoming queen from 2 years ago tell me that she was rooting for me.
Really?
And, yeah.
Like she came back and was
I just ran into her at some point, and she was like, "You got my vote for homecoming queen," and I was like, "Ah!" It's like all I wanted in the world was I was not popular, but I was like friends with everybody because I was cool and I was really nice.
You were good and kind.
Because I was good and kind, yo. I was very, very nice and kind, and I was like so sure that I was going to be in it. And actually, so they like put out a ballot of 10 girls every year, and me and two of my other best friends, who I'm still very close with now, were on it. And I was like, oh, this is so great, like we'll all be on it together, and none of us got elected, and they picked popular kids instead. Sorry if you're watching, Natalie Beach, you were our homecoming queen. You were pretty nice too, I guess.
Her last name was Beach.
Yeah, but you were definitely popular.
Oh.
I was so devastated. I was devastated. I was so sad. Anyway.
That sounds really sad.
Better priorities. Mary Kate in high school. It's fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah, she'll be fine.
You
she
will
turns out
You will
okay.
turn out okay. On a lighter, sillier note, a thing I would like to ask you, or a game we will be playing, is a little game I like to call...
What do you like to call it, Mary Kate? She told me...
Hanky Panky?
She told me that before, and I told her that my parents, when they watch this, are going to have to look up what that means, because I don't think they know what that means.
Hanky Panky, marry or kill, which is... Sometimes this game is known by another name, which is far more sweary and less savory, so that's what I'm going with. So, on this edition of Hanky Panky, marry or kill...
Yes.
I'm never going to be able to say it with a straight face.
That's fine.
I confess you may have answered this question before, but it's too good. Yes. We recently went to Big Bear and played this game.
Oh, yeah.
So your options are Chris Traeger, Andy Dwyer, and Ben Wyatt.
Ah!
I know.
And you also just shut out your entire audience that doesn't watch Parks and Rec.
Well, it's going to be different every time.
That's true.
If they don't watch Parks and Recreation, they should go watch it.
Say them again, real slow.
Chris Traeger.
Mm-hmm.
Literally. Chris Traeger.
Literally.
Andy Dwyer.
Uh-huh.
Or Ben Wyatt.
Ooh, okay. They're all such great guys.
I know.
I mean, all of the guys on Parks and Rec are honestly pretty great. But also, I have a, minor thing for Rob Lowe, where it was, I watched The West Wing, but before I watched The West Wing, I watched this Lifetime movie called The Christmas Shoes that he was in.
Okay.
And I remember noticing the entire time, and I still notice it whenever it's on, that his eyelashes are, girly eyelashes. They're so long. They're,
Beautiful
luscious. And I'm very jealous about that. There's that. Then there's Adam Scott, who there's a real handsome thing about him in a very nice boy next door way, obviously. Yeah. And then there's Andy Dwyer, Chris Pratt, who is the internet's boyfriend right now.
Right. And has gotten super buff.
Who am I gonna kill here? What? No. What have you done to me?
I'm sorry.
Kill Mary Kate. No, I would kill... I feel like you have to start with kill, because then you forget you have to kill one of them, and you're, devastated.
Yeah, you have to start with kill.
Okay, so I would
kill... This is
kill...
a terrible game, but we're playing it. Sorry, I'm sorry.
She's not a nice person, guys. She's not a good, kind girl.
We cut to the chase. I am a good, kind girl. Cut to the chase on the show.
What's her name? Beach would never ask me this. Natalie Beach.
Would you?
I don't think she would. Okay, so I would kill Rob Lowe because I'm jealous of his eyelashes. So that's
fair point.
What's his name?
Chris Traeger.
Chris Traeger. Yes. Hanky Panky with maybe Adam Scott. What's his name?
Okay. Ben Wyatt?
Ben Wyatt. Yeah, Hanky Panky with Ben Wyatt. Okay. Because I have a feeling he would be... He's the type of person that I would look at and kind of, in real life, wonder what that's like, but I wouldn't want to, commit to it for the rest of my life. Okay. What would it be like? Okay. How would you hold me? Then, and then I would marry Andy Dwyer because he's kind of a goofball, and I'm more of a straight man in the... Not a straight man, but, in comedic terms.
Yes. I see what you mean.
So I would commit to spend the rest of my life with Andy Dwyer.
You'd be a good balance for each other.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect.
That's very cute.
Thanks. I finished my first Valentine.
First? We're making multiple?
I'm going to. No, don't give up. It's so nice.
I glued on craft paper to the inside of my piece of paper that I folded over.
I love it. It's very nice. What order do I want these to go in? That order. Okay, great. Thank you for answering those questions truthfully and honestly.
No problem.
You're great.
That was very honest. I mean, what would you... I'm assuming you would marry Ben Wyatt.
I would marry Ben Wyatt. I would kill Chris Traeger, Hanky Panky, Andy Dwyer.
Why, though?
Well, because I'm definitely going to marry Ben Wyatt.
Yeah.
Because I have a major crush on Ben Wyatt.
Sure.
And I am 0% attracted to Chris Traeger.
Okay.
I'm not really to Andy Dwyer either, but to Chris Pratt? Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Do you ever, like, watch the early episodes and go, like, did he really ever date Anne? Like, because
I know, isn't it weird?
I can't imagine it
I know, but
anymore.
every time they bring that up, I'm always like, oh yeah, that
happened.
So weird.
But I loved the first season of Parks and Rec. If we're just gonna go, like,
I actually haven't seen it.
Really, it convinced me to break up with my boyfriend. Wow. Like, the first boyfriend I ever broke up with in college. Because, you know, like, when you're in your very first relationship, you're like, oh, like, breaking up sounds hard. Maybe I just won't do it for a while. I've read that, like, humans have an inability to kind of predict how they're going to react to pain, so we always think that things are going to be, like, way worse than they actually are. But yeah, so I was like, I mean, I don't like him that much, but, like, maybe I'll just be fine, which girls don't do. And then I was watching the first season, I think, of Parks and Rec, where Anne is, like, dating this guy, and she's like, nothing's wrong. I'm just, like, not into it. And then it was, like, it was very humanizing, and then at the end of it, like, she breaks up with him, and then I went back to school, and I was like, we need to break up.
Like, I can do this. Ann Perkins did it.
Yeah, Ann Perkins did it, and so can I, and she was fine. And so, yeah, thank you, Parks and Recreation. I am no longer dating that guy.
Thank you, Parks and Rec. All right, now we're going to go to some questions from you. Maybe only a couple. Sorry, we'll see where it takes us.
We've had a very good conversation so far.
We really have.
Right?
You're very easy to talk to.
Oh, back at you. Thanks.
Okay, but I do need to know, someone asked, and I think the world needs to know who would win in a fight between the two of us.
So what I would wonder about this, is it
would
like...
we really fight?
Is it a physical fight?
Yeah,
like, where
it's
just like Hunger Games, or, well, that's an easy answer.
What's the easy answer?
To me, I think it would be you, because I would cower in a corner at the thought of, like...
I mean, me too. I don't want to fight anybody. I have been working out,
but it's like a Hunger Games, or not even Hunger Games. What's the other one? The original Hunger. I can't
Battle
remember.
Royale.
Battle Royale, where it's like we both have like collars that are gonna explode our heads if we don't kill one or the other.
That's how it works.
That's how it works.
That's so terrible.
Well, I think Battle Royale. That's like such a kind of douchey thing to say at this point, where it's like, oh, I thought Battle Royale was so much better. Yeah, no, it's really annoying.
You can think that. You can think
like,
that.
I
you can share that.
I
this
think
is
it
a free
was
space.
Thank you, appreciate it. With my like very mainstream, non-mainstream opinions. But I think, like, they had more kids, so they were more expendable from the beginning, so they could explore more reactions that people have, where it was, like, some people just, like, off themselves right off the bat, and then some other people, like, the teachers are just like, you're not listening, oh, I'll throw a knife at you. Yeah, no, it's very violent, but in a way that's, like, it's... Wait for that. I'm not a huge fan of glitter.
That was a question. How do you feel about glitter? Yulin's not a huge fan.
I'm not a huge fan because I feel like it gets everywhere and you find it for everywhere. Although I did see... Oh, I do like this. Thank you. I did see like a Tumblr post recently that was like, what happened to all the body glitter? Why are we so afraid to shine? And like I reblogged it because it felt very true to me.
I loved that body glitter back in 6th grade.
Right.
All about it.
But back to your question.
Yeah.
See,
I never want to answer this question because I feel like we would never fight. I would never want to fight.
No. Well, we're not very physical.
No.
People.
Also, I am not good at like being manipulative and like sneaky. So Slytherin.
Well,
Slither claw.
Yes, I do kind of identify as a Slither claw.
So you would win in that case.
I think. I think as a director, you kind of have to manipulate people a little bit.
That is so true.
Just
to
get.
Actor is like, I can't do that.
Like
people to manipulate me.
I don't know if that's true. I think everybody like you learn how you interact with the world, and you learn what works and what doesn't work. So like when you ask your parents, "Can I go out like on this night?" You know, like you will be more likely to get a certain answer if you
I guess so
I
never really did that.
I didn't either because I didn't, but like just in terms of how you relate to the world, I think it would be silly not to think about like how to optimize getting the results that you want. Is that am I like displaying pathological tendencies on your show right now?
Maybe you are.
Maybe I am. Maybe we're learning something about me. But okay, so like who would win in a fight? a physical fight. So do you think in like that battle royale situation where it's like you kill each other or like you both die?
I would probably just choose to die.
You would choose to die. Yeah, I don't think I could kill you. Like, it would just be really, really hard.
Man, we picked this question and now
it's going so dark. I think it's because we're, like, thinking about it too hard.
We are thinking about
like,
it
I
too
think
hard.
they wanted it to be, like, a fun, happy, like, ha, who would win in a fight? Like a snowball fight.
A snowball. I'm really, like, a wimp. I'm a huge
Yeah,
wimp.
me too, though. That's why we chose creative professions.
I say we would have a truce and go get a coffee.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Oh well, sorry to disappoint.
I mean, it's our truth.
It's true.
She's already finished one.
I have.
She's finished one.
Sorry.
This is what I have. Still, I think this is what I showed you at my last update as well. That's what you said last time too.
I'm very encouraging.
She is very encouraging.
That's my one gift in life. I've constantly encouraged maybe.
That's good. Oh, really? Have you ever encouraged somebody when you shouldn't have encouraged them?
I don't know. I just always feel like it's important to let people know they're doing a good job.
That's really sweet, Mary Kate.
You're doing a good job.
When I went to governor's school, which is a program Arkansas does for seniors going into high school the summer before their senior year, I went for drama. And at the end of the program,